Hello viewers, welcome to our lecture series on contemporary business and management, and we have been talking about the power of social media and we have been talking about the netizens in the previous lecture of mine. Now I will tell you about out of the different segments of netizens who all are relevant to us. Not every segment of netizens is actually relevant for us, because those who are simply there as a mute spectator or the user of those services, of course they are not doing anything meaningful. They are basically making use of those information which are available. So they are contributing to the tune of being a customer or being an active customer. That is what they are doing. But and they are categorized as inactive people or joiners or collectors who are simply adding tags to the web page, or they are joining internet and they are visiting social media, gathering information. But all those who are very much relevant for us are basically the critiques and creators, those who are criticizing, those who are posting their ratings. Now critique can be positive, or they can also give a negative recommendation. Even at times when they feel like contributing or giving a positive tag, they are giving positive tags to a particular message online. And we have creators also. So the collectors, critiques and creators, they are basically characterizing the netizens, because these are the people who are actively contributing to the world of internet, and they are actually performing the duties of a real citizen. So they are not just there to consume on the internet, and they are behaving like a responsible citizen there also. So their role in influencing other is related to their desire to always be connected and to contribute. They wish to contribute there, and they are the social connectors actually, and they talk to one another and information flows as they converse, because during their conversation that information is flowing from one person to another. And that is why in the new series of 4 C's, we have conversation also as an important component of marketing mix. At times under anonymity they have fewer risk, and therefore they are more confident when interacting with others and participating in online conversations, because their identity is not disclosed. So when they are doing it under anonymity, of course they have fewer risk, and that is why they are confident in their duties or in their activities. On the internet, their username and avatars, they are actually their identities. They enter the world of internet with a new identity, and we all understand that what is the power of social media nowadays, and given that scenario, the role of netizens becomes very crucial and significant. There are many ways to socially connect on the internet, and the most popular and are basically the social networking services and instant messaging apps. For instance, if we take the name of Facebook or WhatsApp or QQ, Tumblr, Instagram, LinkedIn and many more, depending upon in which geographical region you are interacting, we have different apps available, different messaging apps available, with which you can interact with each other instantly, and your information is actually under encryption. So the data secrecy is also there, secrecy of data is also intact. So a relationship on those platforms usually starts as one-to-one connection between two. So people think that it is basically a connection between the two only, but you can understand the robustness of this, that this one-to-one communication is not happening in within two people only. Individuals who know and trust each other, they are actually connecting with each other. So there is no point suspecting each other, and their trust is actually helping them in taking the data efficiently and effectively, or you can say in believing the information which is flowing from one person to another. So because of this, there is an exponential growth of online community, and this initial connection is actually leading to a link between the two individuals. It's separate networks creating a many to many connection. So there is a communication going on between the two individuals, separate networks. It is actually creating a many to many connection at one point of time only. So when I am talking to you, there are number of people who are talking to each other, or at times one person is talking to many people, simultaneously. So from the outside, if you look, online communities look like web of strangers. You assume that it is basically a place where the strangers are there. Like some people nowadays, they comment also that you have 200 friends, on your social media account, but how many people come to you when you are really in trouble? That is another aspect of the story. But yes, from the outside, people think that online communities, they look like web of strangers, but on the inside, if you look, they are webs of trusting friends. They are trusting each other. They have a rock solid confidence on each other when it comes to accepting the information being shared by another person, because they believe that we are not chatting, we are not talking for a specific purpose only, we are friends for long. So since it is having a many to many network built on one to one relationships, an internet community usually grows exponentially, and it actually becomes one of the strongest forms of community. Imagine that you are the netizen, you are basically a citizen of the world of internet. Likewise, there is a community in social media that is called as online community, and that is growing exponentially, and it has become so robust that we can't ignore that. And some people think that this online community has all negatives. We can't deny to the presence of negative forces. As I told you when I was telling you about the paradoxes which marketing is witnessing over five versions of marketing. So in all journeys from marketing 1.0 to 5.0, we are not only having positives but also negatives. But what matters is that we have more positives than negative. So netizens are also expressive, we call them evangelists. They are basically called as the people who express their ideas and not revealing their true identities. Internet users can be very aggressive in expressing their opinions. Since they are anonymous, so of course they can be very aggressive. So those negativities can be there. The negative side of this is, in the emergence of cyber bullies, we call it trolling. Like many a times you must have observed that the celebrities, when they are posting something, or politicians when they are posting something on their from their social media handle, they are being trolled. They are subject to be trolling. Likewise, the brands are also being trolled. There is cyber bullying going on. There are some haters on the internet who actually create negativity about a brand. But we can't deny to this negativity that is there. But the question is how to deal with that. What matters is how to deal with that situation. We can't leave the world of internet now. The positive side here is the emergence of brand evangelists. On one hand, you have the haters of the brand, you have cyber bullies, but on the other, you have the evangelists also. Now, you must be thinking that who are evangelists? Netizens, unlike the internet users in general, they are more likely to be brand evangelists. These are the positive people because they contribute positively to the world of internet, and that is why they spread love, affection, and friendship. There is a very popular term in the corridors of social media. We call it the F factor. The alphabet F is being used, and it actually gives a reflection of fans, followers, and friends. So we are actually living in a world now where this factor F is playing a very significant role. We can't live without fans, followers, and friends. So when they are passionate about about your product and emotionally committed to a brand, these netizens become your F factor. They become your followers, they become your fans, they become your friends, and they become your evangelists, or what you call as the people who have affection for you, who actually love your brand. And as opposed to the haters of the brand, they are also creating positive image for your brand, for your product. So imagine, on one hand we have evangelists who are speaking all positive about the brand, and their number is always high. Since they are outnumbering this haters, then of course it is quite easy for us to manage. So in order to ensure that these evangelists are large in number, you have to be committed to your customers, you should ensure the best quality, you should ensure the fulfillment of the promises which we are actually making to our customers. At times, the dormant they often become active when they need to safeguard their favorite brand against the cyber bullies, trolls and haters. Sometimes you find that those netizens are dormant, they are not speaking anything, they are only buying the products, but when it comes to offer some safety to the brands from the words or the statements of cyber bullies or trollers, then of course they are there to our rescue. And you will be surprised to note that these netizens, they assume different roles according to the requirements. Sometimes you would find them to be dormant, sometimes you would find them to be a content creator, sometimes you will find them to be a storytellers. Some customers, without any reason, at times they start telling their story about a brand. You must have witnessed that nowadays some of the companies, they are actually publishing, they are printing the story of some selected customers on the packaging of the brand, just to have a feel, just to offer them a feeling that they are the co-creators of the brand. So these evangelists, they are also storytellers of the brand, who actually spread the news about brands to their network, and they tell authentic stories from a customer's point of view, that this is the way I became the fan of this product, this is the way I started liking and or loving this brand. So it is actually a role that advertising can never replace. Advertisement cannot have, I am not undermining the significance of advertising, but yes, advertising cannot do, cannot replace this kind of connect of customers when they are telling their stories with a brand, the way they have developed this kind of rapport with a brand. So as netizens who are more high profile and than other internet users, they actually yield a huge influence, often having a large number of their own followers, fans and friends. So automatically they are all friends, followers and fans, they becomes the fan, followers and friends of a specific brand, because they are liking them, and whatever they are liking, they actually give preference to that. So in this way the brand is always having benefit of the storytelling aspect of the netizens also. At times netizens, they assume the role of content contributors, we call them content creators also. So they actually contribute content to the world of internet. They are called the internet citizens for a reason. This is the reason why they are being called as the internet citizens. Like good citizens, they contribute to their country in different ways, they contribute to the development of the internet. These netizens, they are contributing in their own ways, no matter how small or big their contribution is, but they contribute to the development of the internet. And the work of netizens, it makes life easier for other internet users as well. It is making it quite useful for them when it comes to make good use of the internet facilities. Nowadays we are finding that with the use of tags, information on the internet is better organized and quality content becomes easier for others to search. If you look at voting for websites campaign, at times we are witnessing that campaign going on. These netizens, they recommend quality websites to others. They provide them the information that yes, this is also a website where you can find the complete information about the series of brands, about the products. So with product ratings and reviews on the internet, the other users, they can easily discover the best available choice. Their task of filtering out of n number of brands available in a particular product category is actually minimized. You can easily find the best available choice. Now the question comes, what are the new ways to create content? The most important contribution, although, is to create a new content which can be in multiple formats. It can be in the format of articles, it can be a white paper, it can be e-books, graphics, graphic arts, it can be games, it can be videos, or even movies are there. So these are the new ways to create content, and these netizens, they are successfully contributing to the world of internet by the way of becoming independent authors. They are writing web pages, they are writing blogs and e-books. These independent musicians and movie makers, they are contributing in their own ways. They are creating commercial hits by becoming YouTubers nowadays, and creating content on the video sharing platform as well. So with the new content being created every now and then, the internet is becoming richer and richer and more useful, which will actually benefit users and draw non-users to start using the internet. Those who are not using those services, now they have started using that. So all these things, my dear learners, when I am telling you about all these developments, they actually grow the netizen population as well as the value of the internet. Because of this only, we now talk about a world where we can't ignore the power of social media, we can't ignore the power of youth, women and netizens, to which collectively we call as YWN as an acronym. So growing exponentially on the basis of emotional and mutually beneficial connections, the communities of netizens are actually becoming the key to expand the heart share of a brand. If you wish to occupy some share in the heart of the customers, then of course these netizens, they play a very crucial role. And when it comes to the communal or what I would call as the community based word of mouth publicity, these netizens are the best amplifiers. A brand message will flow along social connections if it receives the netizens seal of approval, and that is why the affiliate marketing has become the order of the day. Nowadays the customers, they assume the role of being an affiliate of a brand, and brands, they have started making payments to them as well. Some of the customers who become affiliate and they are doing the advertisement for a particular brand in the social media, on social media platforms, they are being paid by the brands. So these netizens, they are not only contributing, but they are also earning. So YWN, which is being called as an acronym, it reflects youth, women and netizens. They have long been researched thoroughly by different academicians and business industries, and they are actually talking about considering them to be separate customer segments. Their collective strength, if we look, especially as the most influential segments in the digital era, it has not quite been explored, and now marketers of today have started exploring their potential, their strength, their power, that if they are so robust, why don't we make use of them? Why are they focusing on youth? Because if we look at the Roser's innovative model of diffusion, or Roser's model of diffusion for innovations, it actually talks about early adopters, and here the youth, they are the early adopters of new products. They easily adopt whenever new technology comes, whenever a new product is being launched. Youth is actually becoming the early adopters or innovators. So they are the one who actually start the discussion about a brand. With whom people start knowing about the brand is actually the youth, who is introducing the brand to the community of social media, and they are flaunting the product which they are using. They are spreading the word of mouth there. They are also trendsetters at times, yet they are fragmented as to the trends they follow. Ultimately they are the game changers, because they are the one who are spreading the information about the product. So as information collectors and holistic shoppers, women are also the de facto household managers. We cannot undermine the significant role being played by in India what we call as Nari Shakti, the women power. We cannot ignore them, and they are basically not only assuming the role of household management, but they are actually the chief financial officer as well at times. They are the purchase managers, they are the asset managers, all rolled into one. So, you would find them playing and assuming the different roles at one point of time, and they have the greater or the better idea of the brands or the products which are available. If you look at the online shopping scenario, you would find them to be the best choosers. They are the one who can find the best of the offers, best of the products, and they have all the ideas. After children's, if we look at the decision making or the de facto household managers, women are the one who are actually the real decision makers. And finally, the netizens, they are the social connectors, as they are basically overwhelmingly they are connected, they converse, and they communicate with their peers also. They have no hesitation while talking about a brand, they do not hesitate. So, they are also expressive evangelists as well as content contributors in the online world. So, together if we channelize all three, youth, women and netizens, they are actually holding the key to marketing in the digital economy. So, in today's time, when we talk about when we say that marketing is all about digital marketing, we cannot ignore the power of YWN. And this was the reason why I thought of explaining this acronym to you in this very lecture of mine. Now, the question is that how can your business acquire greater mind share by leveraging youth's role of early adopters and trendsetters. The question is how you are channelizing them, how you are making good use of the youth in order to occupy the mind share of the customers. The second question, it relates to the women segment, that is how can your business grow market shares by leveraging the household influence of women. Now, it is up to you to channelize. And the third is, if you really wish to occupy the greater heart share of the customers, how can your business identify and utilize netizens. So, these three are significant questions in front of a marketers of today to answer, and if they are able to channelize these resources of YWN, they can of course not only occupy the greater market share, but also occupy a significant share in the mind and heart of the customers, because we all know that preferences are shifting. While making purchase decisions, customers have typically been driven by individual preferences as well as by a desire for social conformity. The level of importance for each of these two factors varies from one person to another, and it also varies across industries and categories. So, given the connectivity we live in today, the weight of social conformity is increasing across the board. Customers care more and more about the opinions of others. They also share their opinions and what you call as the massive pools of reviews they are actually using. So, we can say that we are living in a world where the connectivity is very important, and marketers are supposed to be omnipresent, they are supposed to be omniscient, and they should believe into co-creation and conversation with the customers. So, with this, my dear learners, I am concluding this very discussion of contemporary business and management, wherein we talked about evolution of marketing from 1.0 to 5.0. I hope you must have enjoyed this very segment of my lectures on contemporary business and management. Thank you so much.